The projection, which is called Voices in My Head, is literally voices in my head. So the cacophony of all the different thoughts and voices and sounds that were happening around us and in my head. It was exactly a year ago. I realized that I desperately wanted to communicate it to my children, first of all, to show them what was the experience that we went through after my father died. The spiders go back to the spider web. So because we found ourselves in this spider webs, I thought it would be logical to use the spiders for the projection, because these were spiders, these were the people who were weaving this web around us. When I started having visions of these really metaphors that turned into the installation. My name is Lika Patarkatsishvili. I'm a daughter of Patarkациშვili, and this is my vision, my account of all events that occurred to our family in the last 11 years. So the idea is that the viewer gets from a very beautifully lit, bright space into this dark tunnel. This is exactly what happened to us. That you go through the tunnel and you don't quite know where it takes you. And again, it's intentional that you can't really see where the exit is. There is no exit as such, you can only break free from it. The idea is that once you are out of the tunnel, you can see the structure from outside and you can try to make sense of it, and possibly it reminds you of a cobweb or a tornado. If you consider yourself as a human being, then the cobweb is not as scary. So once you are strong enough to rise to the occasion, the cobweb can be just swept away. Everything that happened around my dad and our family after his death 11 years ago, it would take a very long time to explain what exactly we as a family went through. So to me, it was obvious that if I wanted to share this story and get more people interested in it and really make them feel what it felt like, put them inside my head for a minute. I knew from the very beginning that it had to be very visual. It had to be with metaphors, it had to be with objects. So this umbrella, I call it the PR shield, and this just to show our frustration with all the PR activities that we had to take over those years following my father's death. In many ways, this miscommunication to me always felt as inefficient as an umbrella with holes. So here is the suitcase without a handle. You're probably familiar with the saying that suitcase without a handle is really a shame to leave. So this just to show that although one might think that the wealth is a big privilege, and of course it is, but it is also in many ways a big burden and a big responsibility, especially when all these assets have been taken away from us, and then when we return them back, there were lots and lots of human lives behind these assets that we had to care for. So this is my favorite, I must say, and this is my biggest pride, really. This represents our family. And although our family consists of many strong-minded individuals, we manage to always work as a team, because for us, family always comes first. It's our most precious possession, that we as a family are very, very strong. So this is a human heart, and I wanted to show with this kinetic sand that one can use, that this is how we affect each other's hearts. So every word that we say or action that we take, with every judgment of someone's actions and words, we do affect what a person feels inside. I truly believe that a person can be killed just with words. During the last 11 years, after my dad died and we had to fight for his legacy, we came across so many criminals and fraudsters and crooks. So this just to show that sometimes this is the way justice works. Even when the pile of black sheep is in front of its eyes, justice sometimes fails to grab them. Whenever we wanted to spend our time with our children and just to read them a story before sleep, there would be so many things going on in our minds, or magazine articles, again describing what was happening around our family. We were punched from each and every side. So this is to show that the blows rained from all sides, and this is exactly what it felt like in those years, feeling like you are in the middle of the boxing ring and never know where the next blow would come from. This deconstructed remote control to show that ideally media outlet should not be manipulated. It's there to report back to the members of public so they in turn can make informed choices. I've never done anything like this before. This is a way of dealing with your demons, dealing with your fears. It was very important for me to detoxify my brains from it. Yes, because this is the story of our lives in the past 10, 11 years. So in many ways, this installation just summarizes what it felt like. So the music, it's intentional that I chose this extract from Metallica's Unforgiven album, and Unforgiven is an important part. And if you listen to the lyrics of this song, it's very telling.